And here he is. Yo, what up? What up, everyone? What up? What up? My bad. I took a little minute right there. My bad, y'all. My bad. Yeah. What's up? What's up? Let's see. Let's see who's here today. Let's see who's here. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up right there, everyone, please. The Mighty Sparrow says hello. The Mighty Sparrow dude. The Mighty Sparrow hi. The Mighty Sparrow dude. I'm here, Mighty Sparrow. I was just taking care of something. I was just taking care of something on my phone. Drumzers said hi. What's up, Drumzers? How you doing? How you doing, Drumzers? The Mighty Sparrow says how's things? Just chilling, bro. I'm just chilling, man. Just chilling. It's hot as hell today. It rained yesterday, and it just made everything hotter. Just chilling, though, bro. How are you today? How are you doing today, Mighty Sparrow? Glad to see you here today on another live stream, bro. Horror Talk Wednesdays episode. What are we? Episode 34, I think. Episode 34. Let's see how it goes today. Drumzer says today is the last day of school for us. Hey, that's awesome. I'm happy for you. Hell yeah. My niece still doesn't get out until what is it? Until like next Tuesday. They still got like a whole week to go still. Yeah, but yeah. Congratulations, Drumzers. Enjoy your summer vacation. The Mighty Sparrow says it's freezing here. Where are you from, Mighty Sparrow? Where are you from that it's freezing? Let me know in the chat. Where are you from, bro? Or aren't you from like England, the UK, I think? Yeah. I think that's what you told me last time, that you might be from the UK. So yeah, if you are, it's definitely freezing over there. Hell yeah, it's cold as hell over there all the time, pretty much. It's definitely freezing over there. Hell yeah, it's cold as hell. Oh, click my line. But yeah, man. Drumser says we start on August 15th or 17th. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. I remember back when I used to go to school in the 90s and then like early 2000s. You didn't start school again until like September, bro. You had all of that's how you ended school early in June, and you had all of June off, all of July, all of August, and then you went back to school in September. But sometime around the mid 2000s or something, late 2000s, it started switching it to entering back to school around August time to make the school year a bit, extend the school year a bit, you know? But yeah, I remember starting school in September back in the day. The Mighty Sparrow says London. Sick, bro. Yeah, if you told me last time, I remember now. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely cold over there, huh? It's definitely cold over there, bro. In London, England. Hell yeah. That shit is cold over there, man. Hell yeah. But yeah, still early in the chat today. Let's let a few people join up here. Let's let a few people join up. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up right there, y'all. Let's get it up to 13. Let's get it up to 13 so more people can see this live stream when it goes up. Let's get it up to 13. Drumzer says the USA, Illinois, Chicago. That's where you're from, Drumzers? That's cool. Hey, Drumzers, if you're new here to the channel, are you a fan of horror? If you're a fan of horror movies and all that stuff, please subscribe. We'd love to have you here. Please smash the thumbs up, too. Please smash the thumbs up, too, man, please. Thanks for the hearts right there, whoever's sending them. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's cool. USA, Illinois. You're from Chicago, huh? It's cold over there too. It gets pretty cold over there too in the winter. In Chicago, yeah, as well. I think my dad was there like back in like the 80s or 90s. He was there for a bit. He said it was cold. Yeah, but hell yeah, I wouldn't want to live there. I like LA. Drumzer says, I'm a fan of Friday the 13th. Bro, you came to the right channel, man. Came to the right channel. I love Friday the 13th. Check out my wall right here. Look, I'll show you a little glimpse of some Friday. Look at that. You see? Jason's Friday the 13th mask from part 3 right there. From part 3. I would show you the other ones, but then you'd end up seeing the one I'm using for my fan film, and I haven't presented that mask yet. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Friday the 13th, man. I love Jason as well. For a while, I was like really stuck on Michael. Like I've always liked all of them since I was a kid, you know. But I have my times, my seasons where I'm into Michael more than Jason. I'm into Jason more than Michael, you know. And I just recently started getting back into Jason again, because I'm making a Friday the 13th fan film, and I'm like, dude, I forgot how much I love Jason as well. Jason, like, he's tough, dude. He's tough in a different way. Michael's tough too, don't get me wrong, but Jason's tough in a different way. He's more brutal. He's a bit more brutal, I think. Michael's more subtle. He just stab you to death most of the time, you know. But I think Jason's more brutal. He has more creative kills, I think. Drummer, yeah, we read that already. Thank you so much for the heart, guys. Keep smashing that thumbs up right there. Keep smashing the thumbs up right there so more people can see this live stream when it goes up. Let's get it up to 15. Let's get it up to 15, everyone. Let's get it up to 15. Yeah, let's show more of the stuff right here, though. Check it out. Got Leatherface right there. Fear Street, Rob Zombie's Halloween, all that. All that good stuff, man. Thanks for the hearts, whoever keeps sending them. Thank you so much. Drumser says, "What's your favorite horror movie?" My favorite horror movie? Well, you see, I hate that question, bro, because like I like all of them to be honest. But if I had to pick, probably Halloween '78. You know, because that was like the first one I saw. That was like the first one I saw as a kid, and then from there everything else followed. You know, so yeah, Halloween '78. I mean, I love all the horror movies, like I said, but that one really imprinted me when I was a kid, the first time I saw it. You know, so yeah, Halloween 1978 by John Carpenter. What's your favorite scary movie, Drumsters? What's your favorite scary movie? Let me know in the chat right there. Who keeps sending those hearts? That's pretty funny. Who keeps sending those hearts right there? But yeah. How was your day today, Mighty Sparrow? Mighty Sparrow, if you're still watching, how was your day today? Let me know, man. Drumser says Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. Is that the one with yeah, with Roy Burns with the fake Jason? Yeah, honestly, I think that's one of my favorite ones, to be honest. That's one of my favorite ones, actually, to be honest. It's just a good Friday movie. It has a good classic Friday the 13th vibe, you know? The Red Barn. You know, they're out in the neck of the woods and stuff. Perfect, you know? Perfect. It's perfect. It's a great movie. I honestly think The New Beginning was actually great. I don't know why people didn't like it at the time. I guess because they wanted to see Jason, you know, straight up Jason, and you know. But I thought it was cool, bro. I thought it was cool that the movie actually did the whole who done it thing before even Scream. It shows you that Scream actually stole more from Friday the 13th than Halloween, bro. Than Halloween, to be honest. Because in Scream 2, you have Mrs. Loomis, you know, just like Mrs. Voorhees. She even has a buck knife, you know, just like Mrs. Voorhees in the first one. You know, it's perfect. You know, she's avenging her dead son. Same thing, you know, same thing, same thing. Um, Let me see what else did they copy from? Also, oh no, also Friday the 13th copied a lot from Psycho, because in Psycho, remember Norman Bates has his mom's dead body. Also, he keeps his mom's dead body on the rocking chair in her room, in her old room upstairs. They copy, and what does Jason also have? He has his mom's head, right? He has his mom's severed, freaking decomposed head, right? Turned into jerky, you know. So yeah, that's all. And the music from Friday the 13th sounds more like Psycho. Um, Jose Gomez says, "Hello, Frank. It's very wicked world, but I'm watching Halloween 2, 1981. Very fun movie. Eating pupusas. Hell yeah, bro. Awesome." Awesome, Jose Gomez. Awesome. Glad to hear you're having a good time, bro. And pupusas do sound good, bro. They do sound really good. Jose Gomez, I just have a question. Why is it a wicked world, bro? Why is it a wicked world? Let me know. Let me know in the chat, bro. Chat some more, you know, let us know. Why is it a wicked world, bro? And yes, Halloween 2, 1981, that is my favorite sequel. That is one of my favorite sequels of Halloween. Well, it's my favorite continuation to the original one, you know? I consider the other movies down the line more as sequels, which as Halloween 1981, Halloween 2, whatever you want to call it, I consider that more of a continuation of 1978. Not really a sequel, more of like an extension, you know. Oh, this is what might have happened after, you know, because opposing Carpenter says all this shit that he didn't want to write the script and all that stuff, but sometimes I call cap. But yeah. The later sequels I consider them more as like classic sequels, you know. But Halloween 2, yeah, Halloween 2 is more like a continuation of '78. But yeah, bro, let us know, why is it a wicked world? Drumser says, yeah, I kind of watch horror movies, but also like WWE. That's awesome, bro. Yeah, I used to watch wrestling as well back when I was a kid in the '90s. WWF though, and then later in the 2000s, when I was like finishing high school, or when I was in high school, it became WWE, I think. And I still watch that. I kept watching wrestling up until like 2013 is when I stopped watching, or 2013 more like it is when I stopped watching wrestling. Once there was no more John Cena, Randy Orton, Edge, all those cool dudes, all those crazy dudes, that shit got boring. So I just started doing the other stuff. Let me see. Drumser said, "Hi, what's up, Drumsers? How you doing? How you doing, Drumsers? How you doing, brother? Or are you talking to me or to the other person chatting?" Teresa Curtis says, "Hi, what's up, Teresa? How you doing? How you doing, Teresa? Are you new here to the channel? I don't think I've seen you here before, but if you're new here, please like and subscribe. Yo, we're a horror movie channel, Hollywood Horror Film Club. Today's Horror Talk, Wednesdays, episode 34. Hell yeah, thank you for joining us, Teresa. Please smash the thumbs up, Teresa, yeah? Get us up to 16, please, Teresa, so more people can join this live stream right now that we're live, please. Drumser says, I like what was it, luchadores or yeah, is that what you're trying to say? I like luchadores from Mexico. I like Ray Phoenix, Dragon Lee Ray, Mysterio, and Penta. Mysterio's sick, bro. Mysterio from Spider-Man. Yeah, I think that was probably the Jake Gyllenhaal did a pretty good Mysterio. I think that was one of the best live actions villains they made from Spider-Man in a long time. Was the Mysterio. Looked pretty cool. Let me see. And Luchadores, yeah, I used to watch Luchadores too. If that's what you're talking about, that's like Mexican wrestling, you know, with the masks and stuff. And these guys are more fat and stuff, and it looks more real. I think it was more real, but yeah, hell yeah. Hey, Jose Gomez, though, how is it a wicked world, bro? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. What makes you feel it's a wicked world, man? What makes you feel like it's a wicked world? Hey, give me a second. Yeah, I gotta go take this tablet. I'm back. Yeah. Hell yeah. We're at 16, guys. Hell yeah. Let's keep smashing it. Let's get it up to 17 now. Let's get it up to 17 now. Drumser says, yeah, I like Rey Mysterio. Oh, Rey. Yeah. He always does iconic. Oh, you were talking about Rey Mysterio. I was talking about Mysterio from Spider-Man. But either way, yeah, Rey Mysterio was cool too. He was that little short guy, huh? Running around, just knocking fools down. Yeah, I remember that. But that was cool too. Both Mysterios are badass, bro. I don't give a crap. Both Mysterios. Crazy Snipe says, what does it say? Ephesians chapter 6, verse 2. Awesome, man. Awesome. But it's not a religious channel. It's not a religious channel. Jose Gomez says, because people are selfish and it's pretty bad, but I pray every day that people can get along. I wish for a better world. Yeah, that is true, bro. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But sometimes I don't think I can pray for people that don't care about me, you know? I don't know, man. I'm just, yeah, but man, good for you, though, Jose Gomez. You're a nicer guy than I am, bro, because I certainly would not be praying for people that don't care about me. Kirk Learn says, how you doing, man? It's me, ready for the new Scream movie to come out. Hell yeah, bro. Scream 7. Hey, that's already a few months away already. That's just a few months away already, bros. That's just a, oh, hold on, my moderator. Cosplay Zano, him. Hey, him, why'd you change your name to him, bro? That reminds me of the band Him. I don't know if you, hey, Cosplay, you ever heard of the band called Him? There's a band called Him, bro, from the early 2000s. What's up, Frank, my brother from another mother? How are you? How long have you been on live? I just barely got on 18 minutes ago, bro. I started the live right at 5 o'clock. We have a lot of time, bro. We have a lot of time. It's barely 5:18. Well, it's already 5:18, so let's get it cracking, you know? But we still have a good amount of time, though. Yeah, I've only been on live for like 18, 19 minutes, bro. You're good. You haven't missed anything. Mainly, I've just been saying hi to some new subscribers or new people joining in here. Yeah, Kirk Learn, though. Yeah, bro. Scream 7 is in, it's in a few months already. What are we in? June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, 5, 6, 7, like 8 months away, bro. We're like 7, 8 months away. It's almost there. Watch. Next thing you know, it's going to be Halloween. Next thing you know, it's going to be freaking September or something, and they're going to drop a teaser. You know, I know they're going to drop a teaser sometime around September for sure to hype it up during the Halloween season. Definitely. And then during October, probably for like, during sometime in October, they'll probably drop the whole freaking trailer, you know? Just to get us even more like skyrocketing to the freaking moon to wanting to watch it. I'm still going to watch it. I was a bit disappointed that they didn't finish the storyline they started off with. But you know what? Who cares already? That's already in the past, bro. It's already almost like 4 or 5 years ago in a way. Let's see, 2020. No, it's Scream 2022, 2023. Like for 3, 4 years almost, you know? So it's like, whatever, it's already, it don't matter anymore, you know? It don't matter no more. What we all mainly want to see is just Ghostface. Like Nev Campbell said, mainly everyone just wants to see Ghostface. The characters, honestly, like, only the final people actually matter. But mostly everyone just wants to see Ghostface, bro. Ghostface is his own character, like she said. So hell yeah, I'm ready for Scream 7, bro. It's gonna be sick. I'm probably gonna take my Scream 5 costume. I wonder if we're gonna have different masks though. I'm gonna have to start looking into more Scream stuff again. But I wonder if we're gonna get different masks again, or if they're gonna just stick to the plain white, classic Ghostface mask. I honestly think they should bring back some of the dirty masks that they had for the last one, because they're gonna supposedly. Oh, you know what? But it's supposedly gonna be the killers, Billy and Stu, are supposedly gonna be AI generated. They're saying, you know. So I don't know. I'm just gonna wait till it comes out. But yeah, man. Drumser says, my first Hall trailer. I always love him. I always watch him. I always support him. Is Cerro Miedo Penta. Awesome, bro. I haven't heard of him. Sounds awesome, though, man. Awesome. Glad that you support, bro. Cosplayzano says, subscribe and like. All horror. Hell yeah. Keep it horror, guys. Just keep it straight up horror here. Jose Gomez says, Frank, you can always be a better person. God does miracles. Oh, yeah, definitely. He does, bro. He does. He does do miracles, man. I believe that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of an old school, like, jerk, you know. Like, I grew up in the old school punk rock scene, so back then it was kind of the thing to be an asshole, you know. But punk, not so much anymore. But punk rockers have to be really politically correct now, you know. But back when I was growing up in the punk scene and stuff like that, early 2000s, it was all right to be kind of like a jerk. That was like the thing. Punks were actually assholes. Punks were kind of bullies, bro. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of like that. But that's just me, you know. That's just me. Cosplayzano says, never heard of the band Him. I change it to Him because I'm that guy. Hey, hell yeah, bro. I like your confidence. I'm that guy. Yeah, awesome. Hell yeah. Check them out, though. Him. They're pretty cool, bro. They're like gothic, kind of like rock, alternative. Some grunge in there, too, honestly. Drumser says, my favorite luchador is Penn, so I always support him. Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever heard of him. That's why I was kind of confused. He always does zero fear, and he absolutely shows that. So that's why I like him. Hell yeah, bro. Awesome. Glad to see that you have some cool inspirations right there. Jose Gomez says, Cosplayzano, let's go Dominican Republic. Damn, we got some passport bros here. Bro, we got some passport bros here. Jose Gomez trying to start a passport bro crew. He's like, Cosplayzano, let's go Dominican Republic. KRXYZ Snipe says, I got you. I was just strolling. Saw something for me to give you the verse, my dude. Hey, no problem, man. No problem, man. No problem. Ain't no problem you spreading the word of God here, bro. It's all right. There's no problem with me. It's because sometimes we have trolls here, you know? Sometimes we have trolls here, you know, so I got to read what it says, and sometimes I got to kick people out that aren't on topic, you know? But it's okay, bro. I got no problem you spreading the message of God here on my channel. It's all good with me. No problem here. Well, you should have wrote it down, though. I noticed that a few people here on my channel are actually religious, too, so. Jose Gomez says, yes, sir, Dominican Republic. Freaking cosplay. Cosplay's down or what? Cosplay's down to become a passport, bro? Oh, hell no, bro. Hell no. I heard fools be catching STDs over there. Hell no. Kirk Learn says, I want to go see that Final Destination Bloodline. It was a good movie. I'm ready for the next one. Hey, bro, it was a really good movie. Some people are talking smack online, but you know, that's how it is nowadays. That's how it is nowadays and stuff, you know? Some people are gonna like it, some people are not, you know. So I just enjoy it, you know. I don't care what other people say. Yeah, it was a good movie. I liked it. Like I always say, it feels more like a slasher movie now. It felt more like the kills felt more calculated. Like the presence of death was a real, was actually manifested with the real body there or something, you know, following them, kind of like Ghostface, you know. I liked all the gore. There's a lot of gore, but a lot of CGI blood too, though. That's one thing I was kind of disappointed in. But I understand why, though. I understand why. Because there's some exaggerated-ass scenes, you know? They probably couldn't pull off a practical blood. But, yeah, it's a good movie, bro. I really recommend it. Christian Kilbrew says, favorite punk band. Damn! Favorite punk band? The Germs. Straight up. The Germs. The Germs. They were just straight up mayhem, bro. They were just straight up freaking... They didn't give a crap, you know? It's straight up what punk rock was, bro. It was just freaking... mayhem, just messing shit up, you know? Like, back in the day, yeah, punk has always been political, don't get me wrong. Punk rock's always been political, but punk rock back in the 70s and 80s, they kept their politics in the music, you know? What they wanted to speak politically, they spoke it through the music. That's how they did it. Now, these new bands, they go online and spread their freaking whatever they believe in, you know, which was not the way before, you know? So yeah, my favorite punk band of all time is the Germs. Straight up, they didn't care. They were just doing their own thing. They were horror fans as well. You know, they were kind of in there in the horror punk scene as well. Um, they're from LA, where I'm from. Darby Crash, Pat Smear. You know, Pat Smear became a freaking rock star for Foo Fighters. Darby freaking died young, like at 22 of an overdose. Lorna Doom, the bass player, died like a few years back in 2019. She was old though. Don Bowles still around. He still plays with bands and stuff. He does like electronic music and stuff. But yeah, Christian, Kilbrew, that's my favorite band, my favorite punk band, the Germs. Cosplay says, I'll check the band out for sure. And yes, confidence is important. Yeah, bro, that I may seem confident here, but sometimes I'm kind of not when I'm out. I may seem confident here, but I have the balls to admit that I'm not that confident when I'm out and about, you know? I don't really care though. I like being by myself. Honestly, I'm not the type of guy just to approach and start talking to random people. I like meeting people that I vibe with, you know, that like what I like. I just don't like going to random people and just try to, you know, figure them out. That's kind of weird to me. Christian Kilbrew, nice mask. Thank you so much, Christian Kilbrew. As you know, punk rock is also very connected to horror movies as well. You know, a lot of punk rockers are horror movie fans as well. You know, like what? Kirk Hammett from Metallica, he's a collector as well, dude. He's a collector as well. Rob Zombie, you know, he was into punk rock, grunge, everything, dude. He did all kinds of music. He didn't just do just one type. And then he made his Halloween movies. He has his own, yeah, mainly Rob Zombie, bro. Like when Halloween 2007, like I've been collecting since I was a kid, since the 90s. But like when Halloween 2007 came out, and I think it was MTV or someone who did a Cribs episode of Rob Zombie's house, and I saw his Halloween 2007 mask and mannequin and all his cool stuff that he collected, I was like, bro, I want to collect just like Rob Zombie, bro. I want to have cool shit in my house like that. And since then, it's just like, I sold my first collection, my third collection around 2012, 2011, when I was drinking and doing drugs. I sold it all, like partying. But then I somehow regained it back in the last like 7, 8, 9 years. But yeah, bro, Christian Kilbrew, glad to have you here, bro. Glad to have you here. If you're a horror fan, punk rock fan, please subscribe, man. Dime Store Trophy says, what's the mask below Michael Myers? What is the mask below Michael Myers? Oh, this mask, huh? This is, well, this guy, well, since you asked, I'll just show it. This mask, yeah, this is the Fear Street. This is the Fear Street 1978 Camp Nightwing Sackhead killer mask from the Netflix TV movies that came out like 4 or 5 years ago. Fear Street. Yeah, this is the Sackhead mask from Part 2 from 1978, where they're trying to copy like Friday the 13th and all that stuff, you know, and a few other movies too mixed in there. Yeah, this is rare. You can't get this anymore from Tots. I got this like about a month ago at the halfway to Halloween. What is it? Festival or whatever it was. In Jurupa, California, and Trick or Treat Studios was there selling stuff that they didn't have license for anymore, you know, so they couldn't sell it online no more, you know, so they were just letting go for 20, 30 bucks, everything, you know. I got this for 20 bucks, and the guy hooked me up with a machete and an axe for free, bro, for free. I just gave him 20 bucks for the mask, and he gave me a machete and an axe. He figured this was probably gonna do some Jason shit with this. Hell yeah, bro, this is what this is. This is why I kept the tag. Can't get this no more. Hell no, tag ain't coming up on this. This is beautiful. I did think about wanting to make a fan film, but if I do, I'll probably just make one. I'll just make with a real burlap sack mask instead of ruining that one. That's more of like a display thing, if anything. Cosplayzano says, I'm Dominican and black. Awesome, bro. Hell yeah, everyone's welcome here, brother. I'm free. I'm a Mexican. I'm a Mexican, bro. I'm a Texican. Nah, I'm not from Texas. I'm a Mexican, though. I'm a straight up Bina, and I don't care. Kirk Learn says, the Killing Monkey movie sucked ass. I can't say anything, bro, because I haven't seen it. I have to watch it. You know, that's what I mean, though. Everyone has different tastes, bro. You know, just because you didn't like it, that doesn't mean I won't like it, you know? Who knows? I'll probably love it when I watch it, you know? So I can't really say anything, bro. But that's okay, Kirk Learning. You're able to express your opinion, bro, here on my channel. I'm not one of those channels where I'm, like, super, like, fandom. Like, I'm caught on just this franchise, you know? I like everything, bro. Everything. I know some horror content creators have their mascot, you know, like I like Scary has Michael Myers, you know, that's like his channel thing. What is it? Killjoy Jake has like Ghostface, you know, I think Ghostface is like his channel thing. Me, like, I have a freaking pumpkin as a logo, you know. I have a pumpkin, dude. I don't want to be tied down just to one specific thing, you know. But yeah, I gotta check the movie out first, Kirk Learn. I gotta check the movie out first. Christian Kilbrew says, nice. Cosplay Zano says, Jose Gomez, all I can suggest is therapy and meditate. Well, what did Jose Gomez says? Jose Gomez says, thanks, Cosplay Zano. Any advice for a man with emotional problems? Damn, bro. Emotional problems. Let me see. Well, I don't know, bro. You know, I'm going to tell you one thing, Jose Gomez, but you better listen up. I'm going to tell you one thing, bro. I used to be kind of like weak sometimes back when I was a little younger. I had a lot of feelings, you know, and stuff like that. But then I realized, bro, I used to watch horror movies all the time when I was a kid, and I didn't give a hell about anything, you know, when I would be watching horror movies. So what worked for me is I just started watching horror movies all day, every day. And eventually you just start picking up on how Michael and Jason are, you know? They just don't care, you know? They don't care, dude. They don't care. They don't care. Like Freddy cares. He cares, you know, because he could talk, you know, and stuff. Chucky cares because he could talk. He cares what people think about them. Jason and Michael were straight up outcasts since they were kids, bro. So when I watch them in a movie, they're just walking around by themselves, killing people. They're okay being by themselves, you know? They don't care. And to me, that taught me how to not be like so like worried about what other people are doing or like being so emotional and stuff like that. But that's what worked for me, bro. I don't know what works for you, man. Jose Gomez says The People Under the Stairs, 1991, a film by Wes Craven. Yes, that's a classic movie. That is a classic movie. I heard somewhere supposedly that they want to do a reboot or a remake, bro. I don't know if I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't know, maybe if like they did it right, but the old one is the best one. The one by Craven, you can't get better than that. Christian Kilbrew says, true. True. Jose Gomez says, thank you, Cosplay Zano. Christian Kilbrew says, true. Hey, that is true, right? All right, Christian Kilbrew, that is true, huh? Jose Gomez says, thank you, Cosplay Zano. Cosplay Zano says, have you seen the movie Teeth? Is it about a dentist or something? Jose Cosplay Zano says, no problem. Hey, Cosplay Zano, is it about a dentist or something? Jose Gomez says, cool. Christian Kilbrew says, what do you think about NoFX? NoFX is cool. I grew up listening to NoFX as well. Yeah, I don't mind NoFX, bro. I don't care. I like that fool doesn't care. You know, he yaps and yaps and he doesn't care. That's what punk rock was, low key though. That's what punk rock was back in the 70s and 80s. It was about offending people. Serious stuff, bro. It was about offending people. Like the new punk rockers. Like I used to go to this goth club and stuff, and the new punk people are so kind of weird now because like I grew up with the whole offensive punk thing, but now it's super PC, like super PC that you can't joke about nothing no more, you know. So I kind of just started kicking it with my street punk homies again, you know, on the street, and right there you see the real punk rock shit. All the like goth people, all the fake poser punks and goths kick it at nightclubs, bro. Those are all the poser ones. That's where all the PC people are at and stuff, at the nightclubs and stuff. That's where poser and Instagram punks go to live. Yeah, but NoFX is cool, bro. NoFX is cool. I don't mind NoFX. Hell yeah, NoFX is tight. Jerry the Wolf says, gotta check out the new Toxic Avenger coming in August. Oh, sick, yeah. I thought it came out already. Fuck yeah. Dude, I had thought it came out already. And I was like, damn, I didn't even catch it in theaters because I heard it was only going to be in select theaters. But you're saying it's in August? I'm definitely going to be watching it now. I'm going to go to the theaters and, to see it. Yeah, I had thought the movie came out in May or something, you know? I thought the movie, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I thought that, bro. I don't know why I thought that, but I thought the movie was going to be released in May, you know? And I had heard it was going to be only select theaters, you know? But now that you're telling me this, I'm like, oh, okay, definitely, dude. I could definitely go check it out now. Yeah, I want to see that. I heard it's going to have awesome practical effects, bro. Have you seen the trailer? That fool looks crazy. Kirk Learn says, I like the Netflix TV series. It was cool. Which Netflix TV series? Oh, the freaking, what is it called? Fear Street? Or Scream, or the Scream TV series. Kirk Learn. Now we talking about Fear Street or the Scream TV series, because Scream the TV series was on Netflix for a bit too as well. Let me know in the chat, bro. Jose Gomez says Dr. Giggles, 1992 was filmed in Oregon, 91. That's sick. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Hollywood has been going out of state, bro. That's why when like people started saying, oh, like, well, yeah, now more productions are doing it. Yeah, but they've been doing this. What do you think George Lucas shot freaking Tatooine? You know, the scenes for Tatooine in Star Wars. They had to go to a real desert, somewhere like I think close to Egypt or something. Or correct me if I'm wrong. But supposedly the Luke's old little dome house is still there, and that skeleton like dragon thing is still in the sand. That prop, they left those there. They're like monuments now. Dime Store Trophy says, I have to check it out. Thanks for the info. Yeah, man, no problem. Christian Kilbrew says, this is a new one for Fear Street. Awesome. Yeah, Fear Street sick, bro. Fear Street sick. Wicked Milk says, sup, Frank? Sup, y'all? What's up, Wicked Milk? What's up, Wicked Milk? I love your Art the Clown picture, bro. Every time you come in the chat, I feel like Art's in here because of the freaking smiling. You picked a freaking cheesiest, crazy picture of him, too. He's wearing the shades and shit. That shit is funny, y'all. They made him with the... That's funny shit, bro. That's funny shit. Ever watch Donnie Darko? Of course I watched Donnie Darko, bro. That was like an early 2000s, like, scene emo kid movie, low-key. You know, that movie was kind of tied to the emo scene a bit. Donnie looked super emo. Hey, freaking Wicked Milk, have you heard of the... my bad, bro. I'm so excited to tell you this. I lost the train of thought almost. Wicked Milk, have you heard of the theory that Donnie Darko is like connected to Back to the Future? Supposedly is like a spiritual sequel to Back to the Future. Wicked Milk, have you heard that theory before? Let me know in the chat if you heard that theory before so we could discuss it. Christian Kilbrew says, please no reboot. Oh, yeah, People Under the Stairs. Yeah, that's what I heard a while back on some article on Google or something like that. Yeah, there's something about a reboot or a remake or something along those lines, you know. Cosplayzano says, Teeth is a horror movie about a woman's private part. Can't say that. Having teeth that kills guys who try. Oh, yeah. I heard of that movie. Yeah, I heard of that movie. It's almost like a Venus flytrap. It almost looks like a Venus flytrap. Yeah, I see little bits of the movie because I remember I had an ex-girlfriend who used to watch that movie. She used to put it on and stuff, and like I wasn't really into that one, but I guess she probably hated dudes or something. You know, but like yeah, I see little bits of it and stuff. Yeah. It kind of looks like a Venus flytrap, you know. I can't say what, you know, it's a private part, bro. Christian Kilbrew says Punk is way too PC today. Yeah, bro, low key it is kind of. That's why I just kick it with like street people and stuff, you know, punks that are from the street or grunge. A lot of grunge people are kind of like metal heads in a way, you know, so they're not super PC. Only like the super hipster grunge people are like PC like that. But if you kick it with like grunge metal heads, like they're cool, you know, like that and stuff. Like bands like Alice in Chains and stuff, you know, those guys were still doing the Motley Crue thing in the 90s, but no one was telling them anything, you know. Alice in Chains, who else? Screaming Trees, those are all grunge. Yeah, that's like metal grunge though. Punk grunge was more like Nirvana, Sonic Youth and stuff like that. Yeah, but yeah, Alice in Chains was doing the whole freaking, those guys were into horror movies too, a lot of the grunge people. Kurt Cobain was actually into horror movies as well, bro. He used to direct short, hey, that's so crazy, bro. That dude used to direct his own little short horror films as well. There's one on YouTube that he made. It was uploaded back like in 2012, but he actually made his own horror movie as well. It makes me think that Kurt, if he would have lived after Nirvana, he probably would have gotten into film, most likely, because he was already in that field, bro. I seen pictures of him sitting on the director's chair watching the monitor as they were shooting freaking Come As You Are music video. That guy was literally, he was a director low-key too. Yeah, so yeah, man. Punk, yeah, that's why I don't kick it with too many like goths or punks from the club. Cosplayzano says, are you going to see 28 Days Later? Yes, I am going to see that. I am going to go see that. Doesn't it come out sometime this month as well? Damn, bro, there's a lot of movies coming out. I want to go see Jurassic World Rebirth as well, bro. I want to feel like that. I want to feel like that nostalgia from like the early 90s, you know, like the first time I saw Jurassic Park the movie, you know. I want to see the Jeeps, the red and black logo with the T-Rex, you know. I want to see the electric fence and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely I'm going to go see all the movies, bro. I'm going to be at the theater all summer. I also want to go check out this new movie that came out called Dangerous Animals. It's about a serial killer who kidnaps chicks, takes them out to sea on a boat, and feeds them to sharks, bro. Like he hangs them on a harness, and he dumps them in the ocean, and sharks just eat them. I got invited by Fangoria to go see it for free, but I think I might have entered my ticket too late and I didn't get it. It's all good though. Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna go see 28 Days Later as well. Funny thing about 28 Days Later is that I thought it was gonna come out at sometime in January or February as well. I don't know why, dude. Kirk Learn says Fear Street show and also Scream TV show is awesome too. Yeah, bro, we need another Scream TV series. I'm low-key kind of bored of the movies. Not gonna lie, like the movies are good, the Scream movies, but it's too short. Like there's not enough time. Like nowadays, like I feel like a movie is not enough time, especially like since it's a Scream movie. Scream works better as a TV series, like a soap opera, bro. That's what it basically is with the killer. I think it works better as a TV series now in modern days because you could explore so much more. You know, like the movie could only be like an hour or something minutes or 2 hours. You know, at the most. You know, like Scream 4 was like pretty long. But I feel like Scream, especially nowadays, Scream would work perfectly as a TV series, you know? It's just Scream. Like basically Scream is like a soap opera. Like I said, you have all these characters, you know, and you gotta figure out which one is the killer at the end. It's perfect, you know, for a TV series. They gotta get on the TV series more. Um, yeah, the Fear Street was good too. Cosplayzano says, I watched the newest Fear Street, and it was good, but I feel like it was missing something. Well, yeah, you know what it was missing? It's because we got used to the first ones that came out, because it was in a series, you know? Remember, the first Fear Street movie that came out on Netflix, it was supposed to be one complete movie. And it was supposed to be in theaters, but I don't know what happened, that they just ended up releasing it in 3 parts. So that's what happened. Is that yeah? I kind of felt empty at the end in a bit, you know, because we got used to Fear Street having another part, you know. So I think it would have been better if they would have made like a second part to Prom Queen, you know. Yeah, that's why it felt empty at the end. Cosplayzano says, yeah, it looked like a Venus flytrap. Yeah, yeah. I told you, yeah. I seen the bits, like little bitty bits of that movie. Not too much though to remember the plot. But yeah, Cosplayzano, yeah. Fear Street Prom Queen. I loved it though. I love it because it has everything. I love 80s stuff, you know. I love going to nightclubs that are 80s themed, you know. Those are better than the goth ones, low key. Yeah, and all the lighting, the hair. I just love 80s stuff. It just reminds me of the early 90s, you know, when I was a kid. My mom used to have poofy, curly hair like that, so it just takes me back to the time, you know, when I was younger. So look, it's very nostalgic. I love all that nostalgic 80s stuff, 80s music, Billy Idol's the shit, you know. Wicked Milk says we rare as fuck, Frank. Hell yeah, we are. Wicked Milk, yo, teeth is crazy. Yeah, yeah, the teeth one. Yeah, like I said, I've only seen little bits of it. Only little bits of it. Cosplayzano says Wicked Milk. For real, absolutely insane that movie. Damn. A message deleted by Cosplayzano says Dangerous Animals. That sounds diabolical. Yes, bro. Yes, I'm probably gonna look for it. Is it out in streaming yet? I think it was like on a limited release or something. I'm gonna check it out later. I want to watch it. Oh shit, Emo Love Kitten says, hey Frank, what's up? Emo Love Kitten, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for joining us here on Horror Talk Wednesdays, episode 34. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, everyone. Hell yeah, thank you for joining me. Y'all could be anywhere on YouTube and you're here with me. I'm flattered. Yes, thank you for smashing the thumbs up. Keep smashing the thumbs up, everyone. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up so more people join us here. Wicked Milk says, imagine Kevin directing a Scream TV series, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, Scream TV series will do way better now than a movie. Honestly, I'm telling you, the ratings will be through the roof, especially if they give fans what they want to see, bro. Just mainly Ghostface killing, you know, and maybe some guy with hair like Billy Loomis to get the chicks interested too, you know. Pretty much, that's all they need, bro. You just need a cute girl or like an attractive couple or something, you know, and one of them being Ghostface, you know. The TV series will work so much better nowadays because there's so people want to. Here's the thing. Is that fans like us, we want to explore more of these universes in the movies, you know? We want to explore more of the universes, and you can't really do that in an hour or 2 hour movie, you know? You have a plot in a 2 hour movie, you know? You have a plot and stuff to get through, you know? But in a TV series, you have time to take your focus off the main characters and onto sub characters on the side, you know, and see what they're doing, you know, and stuff like that. So that'll be cool. And like if they made another Scream TV series, and we don't focus so much on just the main cast, you know, but expand it, you know, and also explore what the other sub characters are doing behind the scenes, you know, make our suspect list bigger, you know. Hell yeah. Zuck Buck says Scream is a TV series now, dude. And you mean it was a TV series? It was a TV series. Zuck Buck says they did it. Yeah, bro, no shit. I watched it back in freaking 2015 when it came out. I know it. I know it's a series. We're talking about them making a new we're talking about them making a new Scream the TV series. I think a new season will do better now. But yes, that TV series came out almost like what, 10 years ago already? Watching now, all the tech is dated, huh? They were like on the iPhone, what, 8 back then? Or something like that? But yes. We're just saying though, Zuckbuck, that it would be a Scream the TV series now, I think would do way better. Especially if they make it kind of like Euphoria style stuff like that. It'll work. Anyway, Scream, and I know what you did last summer already has this Euphoria type thing going on. All they have is just like attractive people, you know? Like just Chad people, you know? All they have is just attractive people in their cast, you know? So it would work perfect, like in a style of Euphoria. Emo Love Kitten said, I saw Dead Until Dawn too. That's awesome. Did you enjoy it? Emo Love Kitten, did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy it? Let me know in the chat. Amira says, hi, Frank. Amira, Frank. Yes. Hello, Amira. I was just getting to someone's comment right there. Yeah, but glad to see you here, Amira. Good to see you. Amira says, thank you so much, Amira. Good to see you here, too. Glad to see you're doing okay and well. You're alive and well and here with us on another episode of Horror Talk Wednesdays here on the channel. Hell yeah, glad to see you're doing okay. Wicked Milk says, season 3 ended in a cliffhanger and season 3 is meh. At least they brought Ghostface mask back, but the outfit isn't good. Yeah, Wicked Milk. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you though. I kind of did like the season 3. I like Scream. I did like Scream, the TV series season 3 because it takes place in the hood. You know why? Because I grew up in the hood. So all the things that we're talking about, all the references, I know all those hood references, you know? The Ghostface costume. Let's talk about the Ghostface costume. The mask was cool. I heard they used one of those masks in Scream 5. Well, one of the Ghostface masks from Scream 3, from Scream, the TV series season 3 was used in Scream 5 as well. The costume actually looked cool because it looked like a Party City costume. It was a straight up Party City costume. So it felt more like the killer felt more real, felt more DIY, you know? I like the scene where Dion is in the parking lot and he just had an altercation with that racist white kid, and then you see Ghostface stalking him from the top of the balcony, and he just leaves. That was perfect shot, bro. That was awesome. Yeah, I like Scream 3 season 3. It was awesome, bro. It took place in the hood, you know, and I grew up in the hood. Emo Love Kitten says, it's me, Nerdy Girl. I know it is. I know it's you, Emo Love Kitten. I know it is. At first, I was like Emo Love Kitten, but then I saw, it's Nerdy Girl. Hell yeah, but glad to see you're doing well too, Nerdy Girl. Glad to see you here on the channel again. Wicked Milk says, hi, Amira. Amira says, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Isn't it? Oh yeah, it's Thursday for you, huh, Amira? It's already Friday for you tomorrow. That's so crazy. And Saturday for you on Friday for me. That's just wild, dude. That's just like, it blows my mind. Zuckbuck says, I haven't seen good horror since Cabinet or Curiosities. Oh, yeah, man. I haven't seen a good horror movie. Well, like, to be honest, the new movies coming out, some of them aren't good. They're just popcorn horror movies. They're just fun to watch, you know? But I would say, like, the best horror movie to come out recently, in my opinion, was Thanksgiving. That felt, and Terrifier. Thanksgiving and Terrifier, to me, are the best shit that's came out in like 30 years, you know? That's the best stuff that's came out in like 30 years for me, you know? Yeah, but beyond those characters, everything else is just popcorn schlock horror, you know? Just gore and stuff, you know? Popcorn schlock horror, you know? They don't really have a good iconic slasher character like Thanksgiving does and Terrifier does. Yeah, everything is just schlock popcorn movie, and I love it though. We're back to the '80s though. In a way, we're back to the '80s. We're just random horror movies. We're just coming out left and right. You know, you don't know when one of these horror icons that's coming out is gonna be like freaking an icon. And no, I mean, you don't know if one of these new horror characters. Well, you know, John Carver and Art the Clown are gonna be freaking icons in 30 years. They're already icons, but you know there could be more. So Zuck Buck, I just released yeah, Zuck Buck. So if you haven't seen any good horror recently, I just released like about a month ago my newest original slasher movie called The Clown. It's playing here on my channel already, so check it out when you have the time. It's based on all the killers. You know, I mean, my character it's a killer clown. It takes place during the 2016 clown epidemic. He's inspired by Michael, Jason, Freddy, Chucky, all of them. You know, Art the Clown, John Carver, Hard Eyes. It's inspired by all those slasher killers. You know, and if you're a fan of like gory stuff like Friday the 13th and Terrifier, then check it out, please. My new movie, The Clown. It's playing here on the channel, bro. So if you want to check out some new horror, some new indie DIY horror here on YouTube, check out my new movie, bro, here on the channel. Amira says, hi, Wicked Milk. Amira says, good to see you all. You too, Amira. Wicked Milk, what is that, like a little face? Cosplayzano says, in Fear Street Prom Queen, when the chick fell over the stairs rail, that was crazy. Oh, yeah. And she got impaled, huh? She got impaled on the freaking, on the railing of the stairs, because it was like an old school 80s house, so they had that freaking, like that stake at the beginning of the curve of the railing of the stairs. Yeah, all the blood and stuff. Yeah, that was good. And then how the mom dies, she just bunks her head, and I guess she slowly dies, or I guess she's just paralyzed or something because she couldn't walk after. Jose Gomez says, Frank, Los Angeles, California was beautiful until 1990, not anymore. Right now I'm living in Maine. That's awesome, bro. You know what's crazy though? When I was a kid, I used to go to downtown with my parents and stuff, and downtown was already crap, bro. LA was crap even then. I'm gonna be honest, bro. LA was not good even then. Back in the early 90s, late 80s, mid 80s, late 80s, early 90s, it was like the peak of gang culture here in Los Angeles, bro. It was like the peak of gang culture, man. Peak of gang culture, which meant you couldn't be walking around like neighborhoods that you weren't from, bro, without getting shot, hit up, or stabbed, So like Los Angeles, I think was actually worse then. It got more of a gentrification since about 30 years, 30s since about like 30 years ago, it got a massive gentrification. So yeah, so I think it was worse then, bro, honestly. Because I had family members in gangs back in that time, and it was just hell, bro. There were shootings left like every block, bro. Every block, especially here where I live. It was like a gang capital here where I live, bro. And now it's like the suburbs, dog. Like you see freaking white people walking with their white kids and stuff happily, now. Back in the 90s, all you saw was brown Mexicans here. Yeah, so Jose Gomez, I think Los Angeles has been horrible for a while, man. Even in the 80s, bro, there was the smog here. Richard Ramirez was an active serial killer in the freaking city in the 80s, for like about a year and stuff. So, I mean, come on, really, bro? It was really not. 80s also was the peak of gang violence as well, That's what led into all the 90s gang wars and stuff. And then you had the LA riots, Worse, bro. Those riots were worse than what we have now. Now the people just march and they just chant and record on their phone and that's it, bro. But they don't be setting stuff on fire no more like that. They don't be setting stuff on fire no more. So yeah, Jose, I don't know, bro. I think LA's always been kind of crap. I think LA was the best part, like in the 40s, 30s, 50s, 60s. I think the 60s, that's when it started kind of going downhill a bit with all the hippies. All those hippies made being homeless even more popular. That's when Skid Row, I think, was invented around that time, or I think a little before that. But yeah, anyway, Wicked Milk says, did y'all like the new Fear Street? Haven't seen it. Yes, I love the new Fear Street, bro. I loved it. Like I said, I love anything 80s. I love anything that's set in the 1980s, 1990s, 1960s, 1970s, 1950s. I'm a big fan of 50s culture, too, because my dad was from the 50s, and that fool was born in the 50s, though, but that fool was a big fan of 50s stuff, like like greaser stuff, Levi's jeans, you know, motorcycles, hot rod cars and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm a big fan of all the decades, bro. Except even the early 2000s were cool, but Y2K, new metal, some grunge there still. But once we got to 2010, everything just became pop. Everything just became like pop, like fake diva Britney Spears pop and stuff, you know. That's when everyone started becoming more of a narcissist. Emo Ken says, hair like Billy, sign me up, bro. You see, perfect example right there. Nerdy girl, perfect example. You know, if they did a Scream the TV series and have some guy with like party hair like Billy Loomis, you definitely get chicks to watch. And you definitely get guys to watch if there's hot chicks in it too. And what? Ghostface killing people and some gore, you know? The formula is so easy, but I don't know why these studios overcomplicate it for themselves so much. If anything, I'll probably just make my own Scream the TV series here on the YouTube channel. Someone asked me to make a fan film of the Scream the TV series, Brandon James. I have the whole costume. I gotta come up with a story though. Wicked Milk says, bro, imagine a Scream TV series with a main cast, but also Kirby investigating the Ghostface cases. Yep, that's what I mean. Exactly. That's a perfect plot already. You see, bro, it's like, I don't know what it is, but it's like us fans, we come up with better ideas now than the studios. We come up better ideas. Bro, I don't know if you fools are old enough, but I know Wicked Milk says, Wicked Milk, have you seen South Park? Have you seen South Park when Cartman becomes this, the Osimo robot, and he starts writing freaking scripts for movie studios and they're all based on Adam Sandler. That was kind of like a prediction of the future, bro. Chat GPT making scripts now, taking writers out of the game. Also fans writing their own fanfic and actually getting hired to use their ideas. So South Park was already kind of predicting the future right there, bro, with film and stuff, with filmmaking. Eventually there was going to be some technology, AI technology that could just like create movies, you know, scripts out of nowhere. And fans eventually, because of the internet, we're going to be able to get closer to famous people to be able to share their ideas for films. Hell yeah. Cosplay Zano says Tremors should be Hey, Tremors should do a remake. Hey, Cosplay, I don't know if you heard, but there is going to be a new Tremors movie. I don't know if it's going to be a remake. I think I heard it's going to be a sequel, actually. I think it's going to be a sequel, but correct me if I'm wrong. But there is rumors of a new Tremors movie. There is rumors of a new Tremors movie, bro. Check it out. Wicked Milk says, and it all comes together at the end like Stranger Things seasons. Yeah, exactly. It all ties together, right? It comes full circle, you mean. It comes full circle like Star Wars, huh? Kind of like Star Wars. Everything comes full circle at the end of the movies. That's like Darth Vader would say, the circle is now complete. Yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Nerdy Girl says, yeah, it was jump scary. Yup. Kirk Learn says, I like all the Scream TV shows, and also like the one when his brother dies and then he became him. Yeah, that was season 3 with Dion and his brother Marcus. They were identical twins, and one of the twins gets killed and the other one runs off, you know. And then the one that survived switched places with the one that died, so the mom wouldn't be all sad and stuff like that. But I don't get that part, because wouldn't she be sad if the other one? But you know, I guess subplots and stuff. But I mean subplots. I guess like plot. Or what is it? Just plot errors, you know, plot holes and stuff. But yeah, I love season 3 though. I love season 3 of Scream the TV series, like I said, because I grew up in the hood, you know. So I knew all the characters felt familiar to me, you know, like all the hood dudes, the dudes slanging drugs, you know, and stuff like that, you know, the metal detectors, you know, at the school. I grew up like that. Kirk Learn says, have you ever seen the movie A Cabin in the Woods? Yes, I have seen that movie, Cabin in the Woods. Yes, I vaguely remember it, but I watched it with my cousin growing up a few times. I gotta watch it again. Isn't it about some guy in the woods that kills chicks or something? If I'm not mistaken, is it that? Isn't it about some like freaking like lonesome guy in the woods and he just kills people? Cosplay says Megan is a great horror movie. Yeah, Megan is cool. I like the first one. I think honestly, now that I'm seeing the second one, the trailer, I think the first one's gonna be my favorite one because it's just more horror based. It's just straight up horror. The first one's straight up horror. This I don't know, Cosplay Zano, if you've seen the trailers for the new Megan, but it looks more like Tron now, bro. Have you seen like those bodysuits they're wearing with lights and shit? It looks like Tron. I'm still gonna go watch it though. I want to go see it with my little sister. Definitely, we gotta go see that together. Me and her, me and my little sister. It's gonna be cool, right? But yeah, bro, it looks like Tron now, right? It looks like Tron, straight up. And then they're all walking through these like hallways with a bunch of lights. It just looks like Tron. But I'm still gonna check it out because the cinematography looks pretty cool. And like I said, I like watching movies. I like watching a lot of movies just to see how the camera work, you know, just so I have references. So when I'm making movies, I'm not dry on ideas on camera work, you know, because sometimes you could be like, damn fool, I don't know what camera angle I should use, you know. So it always keeps your camera angles fresh in your mind when you're shooting movies. Just keep watching a lot of movies, and you'll eventually just learn how to make one. It's so easy. Nerdy Girl says, I saw Sorority Row, but I'm not into those movies. Prom Queen was kind of cheesy, I thought. I like Prom Queen. It's supposed to be cheesy, though. It's the 80s. Everything in the 80s was cheesy on purpose, low-key. Even though they say it's a product of the time, they kind of knew at the time the product they had, you know? Because all these corporations get together and they come up with the trends and stuff. And then they steal the trends, and then they steal the trends from the poor people that come up with them and then make them mainstream. But yeah. That 80s movies were kind of cheesy on purpose, pretty much. But yeah, I get you though. I get you. Sorority Row. I like Sorority Row. That came out in 2009. Nerdy Girl. I don't know if you know, but there's gonna be a Sorority Row sequel. I heard they're trying to do a sequel to it. Sorority Row was kind of like a Scream, like a late 2000s Scream. You know, came out like 2009, I think. I always used to get Sorority Row and the Black Christmas remake with Michelle Trachtenberg, rest in peace. I always used to get those confused. The 2006 remake of Black Christmas, or 2005, I forgot, and Sorority Row. They were just so similar because there was all these chicks in a sorority house. So it was like the same plot almost, you know? Like all these hot chicks in a sorority house and then some freaking fool slashing them one by one. It's good though, it's good. They should really make more slasher movies again set in college. Scream 2 set that one up pretty good, huh? Oh, you know what? Before, I didn't see the connection with the Scream movies and the Gainesville Ripper, but now I do. But it has more of a connection with Scream 2 than it does with the first Scream. Because the Gainesville Ripper, he used to kill chicks at a college. He used to stalk college chicks and kill them, the Gainesville Ripper, back in the late 80s, early 90s. And that's what gave Kevin Williamson his idea to write Scream, you know. But that idea wouldn't fully be fulfilled until Scream 2 when they're actually out of college. Because in the first movie they're out of high school. But yeah, that's just a little crazy stuff right there that I just realized right now. Nerdy Girl says Netflix and chill, no gangs. Yep. I'm a Netflix and chill after this freaking live stream. I'm gonna throw on a movie and I'm gonna chill with the fat ass burrito. Wicked Milk says, bro, 70s, 80s were a serial killer's paradise. Yep. I mean, why do you think there were so many movies about them? Because it was really happening in real time. There was, what is it? I would say 50s, bro. Honestly, Wicked Milk, I would go as far as the 50s, back to the 50s. Imagine all the serial killers we didn't even figure out who they were from back then, because there was no sophisticated advanced technology, you know, DNA tech and stuff to figure it out. Imagine how many serial killers got away in the 50s, the 60s, the 40s. There's probably been serial killers throughout time, bro. It's just that we didn't start documenting them until like about Jack the Ripper, I think. That's when we really started documenting serial killers, like around Jack the Ripper and H.H. Holmes, I think. That's when people, and then Ed Gein, you know, that's when people were like, hey, these guys are kind of interesting. Like a bunch of rednecks. But yeah, bro, yeah, definitely. Those 70s, 80s were a serial killer's paradise. Hell yeah. For real ones and movies, bro. Look how many movies were just coming out. That's why even if some horror movies are bad, I don't mind that they're just coming out, because it almost feels like the 80s, early 90s, where studios just threw out money just to make movies just to see what would stick, you know? Just to see what would become the next Michael or Freddy or Jason or Chucky, you know, or Leatherface. Wicked Milk said it's so cool that they did it's so cool what they did to Ghostface. Ghostface's hood thingy in season 3 kind of resembles the Grim Reaper. That's what I mean, bro. That's what I mean. Scream season 3 was my shit. If anything, I like the first two were cool too, They were cool too. Yeah, because I grew up around some white people too and stuff like that. In the hood, there is some white people sometimes. There was like a few white girls growing up here, but like Scream season 3 felt more at home, bro, because like the lingo, the whole hood gangster shit, you know, how they acted. Like that's like literally what I grew up around. You know, I grew up with fools like that, with that whole tough masculine cholo vibe, you know. And then you throw Ghostface in the hood is perfect, bro. Like I always say, when me and my little brother first watched Scream season 3, bro, this is like Scream in the hood. We were like, it's cool. I love season 3. It was badass, bro. Dion was pretty cool. I like the shots of Ghostface. Like I said, my favorite shot of Ghostface was when Dion's in the parking lot after his girlfriend leaves, and Ghostface just watching him from the balcony, and he looks up, and then Ghostface just turns around and runs away like a phantom, bro. And Beth, let's not forget Beth, the goth Ghostface girl, bro. She was hot. I thought she was pretty hot. That's one of the reasons why I watched it. Yeah, Beth was hot, bro. Beth was hot. She was a good Ghostface. She was evil. She was crazy. She was badass. Ghost Rider Reddit says, "What's up? What's up, Ghost Rider? How you doing, bro? How you doing, little bro? Glad to see you here on the channel, another live stream. Welcome to what is it? Hard Talk Wednesdays, Hollywood Horror Film Club, episode 34, bro. Hell yeah, glad to see you here again, Ghost Rider. Smash the thumbs up, Ghost Rider. Get us up to 23, so more people could join us here on the live." Cosplayzano says, "I'm excited for a brand new Tremors." Yeah, me too, bro. Hell yeah. I don't even care what they do, a sequel or a remake. I just want to see the Tremors back. But it would be cool to see Kevin Bacon back and Bert. And Bert, those two are cool. Bert kind of reminded me of Quint from Jaws. He kind of like had the vibe. He had the hat like Quint. He had like the jean shirt that Quint wore. Yeah, that fool reminded me. He was an asshole like Quint, kind of, you know. So yeah. Quint was cool. I love Jaws. Jaws was cool. Kirk Learn says, "No, it's about it's about friends going to a cabin to have a good time, but people started to play a game with them and being in zombies. The life and stuff. Creatures delight to kill them." Oh, okay. I gotta rewatch it again, bro. I haven't seen Cabin in the Woods in a long time, bro. In a long, and I mean a long time. Probably since like 2000, bro, or like 2001, to be honest. So when did it come out? Yeah, Cabin in the Woods. That's been around for a while. I remember that. Where's my other phone? Cabin in the Woods. I remember that. I don't know if there was also a TV show called Cabin in the Woods, but let me check now that I'm curious about this. Kirk Learn says, did you know that? Oh, okay. Did you know that make a Note It TV series? Oh, that they made It the TV series? Yeah, I know that. If that's what we're talking about. It the TV series, Welcome to Derry. That premieres, I think, in September. I think this is like 4 months, bro. 4 months. That's still low-key a little while away, though. That's still a little minute. Yeah, I'm ready for that too, bro. I'm gonna check all this shit out, bro. I'm gonna kick off the summer. What movie comes out next? Is in oh yeah, 28 weeks, 28 years later, Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman. What else is coming out? I don't know, bro. I feel like I might have watched something else that was similar to Cabin in the Woods, because I said 2000 or something. I must have watched something different, bro. That was similar to that. That's why I got it confused with the Cabin in the Woods you're talking about. Wicked Milk says Scream 5's row feels more DIY though. Kinda tattered. Heard they even used the homemade sparkle because they couldn't find the right fabric. It's like you said, season 3 feels like Party City costume. Yeah, it does feel like Party City costume. Scream 5. I love Scream 5 robe. I actually own a replica. Yeah. Probably gonna wear that to the premiere. Well, not the premiere. I'm not gonna go to the premiere, but to a screening of Scream 8, 7. I'm already on 8. Yeah, Scream 7. I'm definitely gonna wear my costume to Scream 7. I wore it to Scream 3, Scream 6. But yeah, dude, I have a Scream 5 robe. It's kind of, yeah. But yeah, the sparkly the sparkliness on the Scream 5 robe is a little more subtle though. If you watch the movie, the sparkle on the Scream 5 robe is a little more subtle. It's not as obvious. It's not as shimmery as Scream 4, Scream 3, Scream 2, and Scream 1. I feel like Scream 4 had the shiniest robe. And probably Scream 1. Scream 1 also. Scream 1 and Scream 4 had the shiniest robes in my opinion. But yeah, that's what gave the Scream 5 robe a little more what is it, DIY look, because it shimmers but not that much, so Ghostface looks like a straight up shadow in the back. So you just see the white face, you know? Yeah, and I love the Party City costume, bro. That's where I started. I started in Party City. That's where I started learning how to buy makeup and masks, you know, and collecting, man. I'm so sad Party City's gone. My dad used to take me there, bro. When he bought me my first Don Post Michael Myers mask and a Freddy mask for my little brother. Ciao. Ghost Rider Edit says, men, when they are in danger, men, when their family is at danger. Wait, what? Men when they are in danger. Men when their family is in danger. What, they become all beast mode or what? Wicked Milk says, what's up, Ghost? Ghost Rider Edit says, sup, Wicked. Wicked Milk says, ever watched Chronicle? Chronicle, let me see. What is it called? Chronicle? Nah, bro, I haven't seen Chronicle, man. I haven't seen Chronicle. I don't want to say I did because I haven't seen it, man. My bad, Wicked Milk. I have not seen it. Nerdy Girl says, Cabin in the Woods, his group of friends stay in a rented cabin with a spell book that awakens demon girl that is possessed and kills everybody. Oh, that almost sounds like Evil Dead, the first one. That almost sounds like Evil Dead. Yeah, so I must have watched something back in the day that was similar to Cabin in the Woods. I got to figure out what it was because I watched something that kind of had a title like that or something. But yeah, Nerdy Girl, that sounds a lot like Evil Dead. A book in a cabin in the woods. That's like so Evil Dead. Nerdy Girl says, Son of Sam was scary. Oh, that movie, Son of Sam? Yeah, I remember that movie. That's a 90s movie. You seen it? Is it the one where oh no, it's not a 90s movie. That's an older movie. Yeah, it's about the serial killer Son of Sam. Yeah. I was thinking about the some 90s movie that mentions the Son of Sam killer, and all the chicks are dyeing their hair blonde or something because he's killing brunettes. But yeah. Wicked Milk says, bro, laughing my ass off. In the 50s, people couldn't even keep track of serial killers. That's what I mean, bro. That's what I mean. Imagine how many serial killers got away back in those days that we will never even know about, that we could never ever make movies of, that we could never ever commercialize, you know, that we could never ever write a story about, you know, that we could never ever even figure out who they killed. Well, maybe we could figure out who the victims are, you know, because the bodies were there and someone had to find them, you know. But we're not going to know who did it, though, because that was in a primitive time. Shit, the 50s compared to now is almost like the freaking caveman times. In technology-wise, though, you know. But yeah, bro, yeah. Imagine how many fools got away doing crazy stuff. And I bet a lot of people back in those days knew that technology would progress because they had TVs and stuff already. So I'm pretty sure there was fools thinking ahead of the curve, you know? There's our only chance to get away with whatever you want in this life, man. Let's do it now. Because in the future, you won't be able to. There's going to be cameras everywhere. People are going to be live streaming in the street, recording all the time with phones, or live streaming themselves, you know? So you're basically giving up your privacy, you know? Ghost Rider, it says, did I miss anything important? Not really, bro. Not really. Not really a lot of horror news today. Most movie news is out already. Most movies are about to come out in theaters this month. We're just talking about, yeah, we're just fan talk, bro. Just fan talk. Q&A, questions and answers, you know? It's just, yeah, Ghost Rider, don't trip, bro. You didn't really miss anything, bro. It's basically just a Q&A today. Just questions and answers, free for all, you know? Didn't really have a show plan. Didn't really write down any topics I wanted to go over. Coslezano says, what's up? I'll be right back. All right, for sure, Cosplay. Be right back. Ah, you a fool, bro. You're not supposed to say that. He even deleted it. He even deleted it. He knows you're not supposed to say that, dog. Leroy Lorax says, what's up? What's up, Leroy? How you doing, bro? How you doing, Leroy Lorax? Haven't seen you here in the live in a minute. How you doing, bro? How you doing? Glad to see you're alive and well here with us again. Here at another episode of Horror Talk Wednesdays, episode 34, bro. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Leroy? Please, bro, get us up to 24 so more people could join us here on the live, man, please. Wicked Milk says, you missed it, bro. Mira sent me a heart. Oh, that's cool, bro. She sent you a heart. That's nice. That's nice, bro. Hell yeah. Handle, bro. Handle. Nah, just kidding. Yeah, that's cool, bro. Hell yeah. Send her one back. Ghost Rider Reddit says, yo, what, Wicked Milk? Wicked Milk says, bro, they put Left for Dead zombies in Cabin in the Woods. That shit was crazy. Yeah, bro, I gotta rewatch the Cabin in the Woods, man. I'm kind of lost right now on it. I saw that it came out in 2011, you know? So I might have seen it, but I also saw something with my cousin at her house in the early 2000s that I don't know if it had a similar title, but it was something about being in the woods and people getting killed. And it wasn't Friday the 13th because there was no Jason, there was no hockey mask. It was just a guy, a regular man. Imagine it's a Mandela effect, bruh. Imagine it's a Mandela effect. That'll be crazy, though. I'm thinking about a movie no one even remembers in this timeline. But I remember watching a horror because my cousin was a big fan of horror movies in the early 2000s, late 90s, and she would rent a lot of VHSs. And I remember seeing something, and I know for sure it wasn't Friday the 13th because there was no Jason with the hockey mask. There was no Mrs. Voorhees either, you know. So it was something, bro. I gotta figure it out. Wicked Milk says, yeah, bro. She hit me with the high Wicked Milk. Yeah, you know. Hey, that's cool, bro. That's cool, man. Happy for you, bro. Ghost Rider, it says, okay. Wicked Milk says, bro, imagine Norman Reedus as Ghost Rider. That would be cool. That would be cool. But isn't he kind of short, though? Isn't he kind of short? He has the look, though. He has the eyes and the hair and stuff. But I think he's kind of short for Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is usually a pretty tall, freaking, imposing looking leather jacket wearing skull face mask, a skull face dude, you know, with flame hair, with flames on his head. So yeah, he looked cool though. He looked cool. He looked. If they did the story right, screw you. I'm pretty sure they could make him look taller with like stilts and all that stuff. So yeah, why not? He already rides motorcycles and stuff, you know. Wicked Milk says Daryl Dixon actor. Yeah, I know who he is. Norman Reedus. That fool's badass, bro. That fool badass. He's one of like the last badass actors left, you know? Like you don't see badass actors like that no more, like masculine badass like action actors like that anymore, you know? Like all these new actors are all too preppy now, too clean and stuff. You know, Norman Reedus is like leather jacket, dirty bad boy, you know? Old school style, you know, when chicks used to like dirty bad boys like that. They don't like fools like that no more. They like all these corporate suit wearing dudes. Yeah, but Daryl Dixon is cool, bro. Yeah, that fool's a badass. I remember watching obviously The Walking Dead, but that like a spin-off series that came out in October of like 8-9 months ago of him. It was like a spin-off series of The Walking Dead, and it just focuses on Daryl Dixon. Ghost Rider Reddit says Jester versus Freddy Krueger, Real World. Oh, I heard of Jester, that movie Jester. I'm gonna say probably Jester if he knows what he's doing. Because remember, Freddy is weak in the physical world. Because Freddy's dead already. He's not from the 3D anymore. He's from the 4D or beyond the grave, you know, beyond the grave. But yeah, that fool's not from our realm anymore. He's not from the physical realm anymore. He is most powerful now in his realm, the dead realm, you know. So Jester, if he's smart, like Jason, he could figure out a way to take down Freddy. Chop his head off. That's a good way. Chop his head off. Chop his limbs off. Because well, once you do that, he's got no power here in the physical world. he can't regenerate himself or anything, you know, because once he comes into the physical world, he has a physical body again, you know, with bones and meat and blood and functioning organs, you know. In the dream world, or wherever the hell, literally hell, he is, you know, he does not have a physical body, because when you die, you do not take your physical body with you. Your soul is what leaves, you know. So that's why Freddy is more powerful in the spirit realm, because he is a spirit. But once he comes back here into the physical realm, he has a normal flesh and blood body like us and can be killed again. So why do you think Jason won in Freddy versus Jason? He figured that out. And Lori and her boyfriend figured that out too towards the end. So yeah, Jester, if he's smart with knives and weapons and explosives and stuff like that, then he could definitely take him on. The Mighty Sparrow says, I thought you fell asleep. Nah, man, hell no. I gotta be energetic as here for the lives, bro. On live streams, you can't be all you gotta be like, you gotta be enthusiastic, bro, and like energetic and stuff, or else people are not gonna like vibe and stuff. You know, I noticed that because like you guys, my vibe bounces into you guys, and you guys' vibe bounces back, you know, bounces back and forth, you know, the energy. Bam, bam. You know, Ryan Miller says, yo, what up? What up, Ryan Miller? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Glad to see you here on another live stream, bro. Welcome to Hollywood Horror Film Club again. Horror Talk Wednesdays, episode 34, man. Glad to see you're doing well, bro. You're alive here with us again. Smash the thumbs up. Yeah, please, Ryan. Get us up to 24, man, so more people can see this live when it goes up. Nerdy Girl says, I got pizza for dinner. Be good, Frank. See you. Hey, Lucky. Take care, yo. Take care. Emma, I'll just call you Nerdy Girl because emo, love kitten. Yeah, that's kind of hard to pronounce. Doesn't flow off the tongue very well. Nerdy Girl flows better off the tongue for me instead of emo, love kitten. But yeah, take care, emo, love kitten. Take care, all right? Take care of that pizza too. Demolish it for me, man. I'm hungry as hell myself. Pizza's good. I haven't had pizza in a while. Maybe I'll have pizza in the morning after the party we go to. Ghost Rider Reddit says, did you heard that Springtrap is introduced to DBD game franchise? What's DBD again? Is that some Dragon Ball stuff or something? Cosplays Arnold says, did you hear about the volcanic eruption in Italy? Yep. Yeah, I think I heard about it. Yeah, I think yeah, sometime in the morning. I think I saw something on YouTube about that, but I just scrolled past it. I was like, whatever. But yeah, I heard about it. I'm not surprised. Didn't Pompeii happen near Italy? So, you know, and some people say we're near the end times, you know, so, but, you know, who knows, bro? Only the Lord knows that. But volcanoes are natural occurrences, though, bro. Volcanoes, after a certain amount of years, they need to erupt again because all that freaking lava builds up inside them. So it's got to explode. Hope everyone evacuates and stuff. But yeah, bro. Ghost Rider Reddit says, there's going to be a mega quake in India, bruh. If anything, I'm more scared of a mega quake, yeah, than a volcano. Volcano, you just travel like away from the base of it pretty much, far enough, and you're good. A mega quake, on the other hand, could split a freaking state or a continent in half. So you know what that means, right? It's not gonna split. It's not gonna split just like that slowly. What's gonna happen is it's gonna split like this. So one part of the floor is gonna go up and one part is gonna go down. So there's gonna be a cliff now, probably like 30, 40 feet in the air. You know, and there's gonna be another fucking lower cliff, you know, like 60 feet down and stuff, you know? So that's what happened. That's what would happen in a mega quake. The dirt starts sinking in, bro. In an earthquake, the dirt starts sinking in. It starts sinking in. So it creates like a canyon and stuff, you know? The tectonic plates start shifting and stuff. But yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy, Ghost Rider. That's crazy, bro. Oh yeah, I'm in California, bro. I'm screwed too. We're waiting for the big one. We've been waiting for it for like, I don't know, maybe since the last time that the great San Francisco earthquake happened. Like, I don't know if it was in the 1800s or 1900s or something, or in the 20s. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen again. Ghost Rider Reddit says, what is the oldest animal's name? The oldest animal's name? I don't know, bro. Tyrannosaurus Rex? I think...
the horseshoe crab.
The horseshoe crab. My brother says the horseshoe crab. Now the megalodon.
The horseshoe crab.
All right, my brother's saying the horseshoe crab.
Oldest crustacean ever to live before any other fucking thing.
Ghost Rider, the horseshoe crab. Supposedly it's the oldest crustacean to ever live before anything. Cosplays Auto says they're gonna make a sequel to MA next year. Really? That's sick, bro. I didn't know that. Cosplay telling me the news today. Wicked Milk says, "Yo, Frank, I love to send you a custom robe. I'm not gonna lie, I already did a mock-up and an OG one. Hey, that would be cool, bro. That'd be cool, man. That'd be cool. Wicked Milk, yo, I made a custom robe design. It's like a mix of all traits. The previous Ghostface robes have it. Has the OG sparkly fabric, but the drapes are 2 layers with a transparent fabric uh, like 5 and 6. Hey, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Wicked Milk, do you have Instagram or something? Wicked Milk, do you have? Oh, or hit me up on my email, bro. I think it'd be better if Instagram though. Wicked Milk, are you on Instagram right there? Hey, that'd be awesome, bro. If you did send me that robe, I would totally use it. And my friend wants to get a new Scream fan film going. He says he knows a lot of chicks and stuff, so might as well. Might as well, because, yeah, for a Scream movie, you do need a lot of chicks, bro. And the other one we did, we only had one. We were supposed to have 2, but the other one ranked it. The other one, she was supposedly, I'm studying to be an actress, blah, blah, blah. And then she ends up ranking it last minute. And then who ends up showing up? The musician. The musician chick ends up showing up. I'm telling you, musicians, low-key, are good actors, too. But yeah, Cosplay's Ano, bro. Yeah, if you have Instagram, bro, let's link up on Instagram. My Instagram link is down below in the description. Follow me if you have Instagram. If not, hit me up for my email. We could contact there. But yeah, bro, I would definitely love that robe. That would be awesome. I would definitely use it in one of the new Scream fan films I want to do eventually. I want to do another Scream fan film. That'll be cool. Castellano says, when you get up to episode 50 on your live stream, I think you should do something special, like it's a milestone. Yeah, that is pretty cool, right? That is pretty cool. I never really do any of that stuff. I just don't really care about that stuff. I just like going live just to, chill and chat. But now that you mention it, yeah, maybe I should start recognizing who I am, No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, maybe I'll have a guest or something, I'll have a guest, someone from my fan films, You guys, oh yeah, definitely. Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, that's a good idea, Cosplay. That's a good idea, bro. That's a good idea. That is actually, you're onto something, bro. Now that I realized it clicked, I was, hey, you know what? Maybe little light bulb went off. But yeah, bro, yeah, definitely. I'll do a vote. So when we get close to episode 50, I'll do a vote, and I'll put up names of some of my actors that have acted in my fan film, and you guys will get to vote here on the Instagram voting thing which person I should have on my next live stream with me. So it could be my little sister, who's played Jamie Lloyd in most of my Halloween fan films, or my friend Brian, who's played Dr. Loomis in them, and he's played other characters too in my fan films. I've worked with a few of my friends that I've made into actors, low key, So yeah, I'll put up names and their picture like when we get close to episode 50, and I'll let you guys vote on who I should have here with me on the show. So hell yeah, you're onto something, Cosplay. Thanks, bro. Larry Dickman says, what's up, Larry? Nice shirt, bro. Hell yeah, Larry. Thank you so much, man. Motorhead, bro. Motorhead. We are the road crew. We are the road crew. Down, another place, another girl, another phase, yeah. Motorhead, bro. I love Motorhead. Me and my brother. It's one of my favorite bands. Hell yeah. Lemmy. Let me tell you something about Motorhead. This guy, Lemmy Kilmister, the bass player and founding member of Motorhead, that fool was a horror fan too. That fool was a horror movie. He was a collector too. He was a hoarder though. That dude was a hoarder. That fool was rich and shit. And he used to live in a shitty little apartment like on Sunset Boulevard, I think, back like around 07, 08, around those times and stuff, when you couldn't really run into celebrities. Well, you could run into them more easily back then, actually, than now with social media, because now they try to like hide and stuff, But yeah, this dude was a hoarder though, the singer from this band, bass player and singer. That fool collected horror movie toys, everything. That fool even collected like cheap McDonald's toys in his house, That fool was cool, bro. Rest in peace. Larry says, arachnophobia spider movie I can think of. Eight-Legged Freaks. You ever seen the movie Eight-Legged Freaks with David Arquette from the Scream movies? Eight-Legged Freaks. It was literally about a movie about these people in the desert that are like dirt biking, and there's like human-sized spiders killing them. Like raptors going after them. That's probably the best spider movie I've ever seen. And no, not like not. And I don't mean spider like Spider-Man. I mean like real animal spider. You know, these were real spiders. Like they were supposed to be real spiders. The movie's called Eight-Legged Freaks. Like I said. Castellano says Larry Dickman. Thank you. Larry Dickman says no problem. It came out in the '90s. John Goodman is in it. Okay, I don't think I seen it, bro. Never mind. Yeah. Even though I'm a big '80s, '90s horror movie fan, there's some stuff I haven't even seen as well. You know. So I gotta check that out as well, Larry. But yeah, Larry, thank you so much, man. If you're a horror fan, please like and subscribe, bro. We'd love to have you here. Smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Larry, please. Wicked Milk says, I don't know, bro. Norman is like 5'10". Just give him some combat boots and he's probably okay. Yeah, I know. That's what I said. Norman Reedus, yeah. Oh, he's 5'10"? I thought he was shorter than that. No, then he's good. He's good. That's like my height. That's like my height, bro. That's literally like my height. Like I went to the doctor a month ago and they told me 5'10". Yeah, he's good though. Yeah, just give him some boots like Doc Martens or some just high platform boots. That fool could be like with my boots, I look like I'm 6 feet. yeah. He's good, bro. He's good. He's good, dog. He's good. Yeah. I just thought he was shorter. I don't know why. It must be because the camera kind of makes him look a bit smaller. In my opinion, he looks a bit smaller on camera. But yeah, he's good, bro. I think he could do it. Yeah. Castellano says, I saw Eight-Legged Freaks. It was all right. I told you, bro. That's a spider movie. Dewey's in it. Dewey. I remember watching it. What is it called? I used to have this teacher in middle school. His name was Mr. Ledoux, and his wife, she used to work in the movie business. You know, she was like, I don't know, she was like some kind of like a producer or something. She was some kind of producer, and that fool would always get like early. Well, he would get early tapes, you know, of the movies and stuff, you know, because his wife worked on all that, and she happened to work on Eight-Legged Freaks, she said, and he had an early copy of it before it came out on VHS, you know, this was like 2002, bro, 2002 when this movie came out, and I got to watch Eight-Legged Freaks for free for the first time in school, you know, that was crazy, bro. I was even like, hey, that's Dewey from Scream, and he's like, yeah, man, that's Dewey. The teacher was like, yeah, that's Dewey. How you know that? I was like, bro, I watch Scream. He's like, yeah, and that's how the teacher knew I was a big ass horror fan. And then from there on, he started like, yeah, that teacher really cemented me into more horror too in the early 2000s. He was all into Michael Myers. That would be like, yeah, dude, Michael Myers wears like a gray or blue jumpsuit, white mask, and he just kills people or his family, you know? Yeah, that fool was cool, Mr. Ledoux. Hope he's doing good. Yeah, man. Larry Dickman says, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah, Larry, Eight-Legged Freaks. Hell yeah, bro. So Eight-Legged Freaks was my first like early screening, you know? Before I even had did any of that stuff, you know? I got to see that movie for free, bro. That movie's a trip to me though now, because every time I see it, I was like, dude, I never had to pay a cent to see this movie, you know? Or rent it or anything. The teacher just brought it one day. Yeah, it was cool. Wicked Milk says, y'all played Guitar Hero? Hell yeah, bro. I was on Guitar Hero. I mainly liked Rock Band no more, to be honest, because you know, it felt cooler playing with a full band instead, you know? It felt cooler playing with more people instead of just by yourself, you know? That's how I kind of like, well, I was already kind of like into guitar when I was younger, like in elementary. I was in music lessons. Then middle school, I was starting to learn a few chords, but I didn't really progress on guitar until I started playing like Rock Band or Guitar Hero, and I started like learning finger exercises. You know, like even though they weren't real chords, it helped you just moving your fingers around. You know, so it was a good exercise just to learn the real thing. You know, it helped you with the fingers. You see how I'm doing that? Just like nothing. I couldn't do this before back in the day. I would be stuck like going like that, but now I could just do, you know. And that was thanks to Rock Band. It taught you how to strum and press on the chords, you know, and move your hands around. And then later on, when I started playing in bands and stuff, as I got a bit older, that's when I was like, oh shit, you know, this really helped out because, you know, now I know my chord progressions a bit better. Even though I still suck at guitar though. Larry says, I like Leatherface mask. I met Gunnar Hansen years ago. Nice dude. Yes, Gunnar Hansen, rest in peace, bro. The original Leatherface. Yeah, this is my favorite Texas movie. My favorite Texas movie is the original 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's my favorite one, bro. My favorite one. That's why I got this mask. We're actually going to do a fan film of this next year. We're doing Friday the 13th this summer. So hopefully next spring, next summer, I'll be shooting the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. My friend Brian's gonna be playing him. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a fan film based on the '74 movie. Maybe something that takes place before the movie happens, you know, or maybe something after the movie. Now maybe I'm gonna stick with a prequel. I'm gonna do a prequel to the original. I'll do a prequel, you know. Yeah, it's gonna be cool, bro. Yeah, I love the original Texas because I saw that I was watching that movie like a few months ago, the original Tobe Hooper, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I was just watching it, you know, and I was like, bro, this movie's so low budget. I was like, low key, it looks more low budget than Halloween '78, bro. Not gonna lie, Texas Chainsaw '74 looked more low budget than Halloween '78. I was like, bro, I could straight up make a fan film of this, you know? Yeah, dude, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun, dude. It's gonna be fun. Right now, we're working on Friday the 13th. We're actually gonna be shooting this Saturday. I haven't been shooting because it rained yesterday, which was weird out of nowhere. You know, it rained yesterday. You know, my actors have been doing their own thing. You know, people have lives; they have to go to work or you know, with their families and stuff. You know, so but yeah, I'm gonna be shooting this Saturday night. We're gonna be shooting the opening scene to my Friday the 13th fan film. It's based on a 2009 movie. It's based on a 2009 movie. We're gonna be shooting the opening scene. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna be there in Camp Crystal Lake. That's gonna be so badass. The opening scene is gonna start off with Sackhead Jason. Oh man, I can't wait for y'all to see that. Can't wait for y'all to see that. We're gonna transform my whole mountains right here where I live. There's like woods and mountains. We're gonna transform it into Camp Crystal Lake, bro. This weekend we're gonna be here in Camp Crystal Lake. Ghost Rider Reddit says the oldest animal name is Dickinsonia. What the hell? Ghost Rider, that's pretty funny though, bro. The name. Damn, that's a funny name. Constantino says, tell your brother I said what's up. Oh yeah, my brother just left, but I'll tell him, bro. I'll tell him. He's cool. I'll tell him he's a big horror fan too. He plays mostly all my killers. He mainly plays Michael Myers in all my fan films. But he will be playing Jason too as well. Him and my cousin are gonna be taking turns playing Jason. So one day when my brother's at work, I could just call up my cousin who's like 6 feet. Bam, we got our Jason there. Or when my cousin's at work, I could just call up my brother who's also like about 6 feet. Bam, we got our Jason, you know? So hell yeah, bro. I'll tell him right now. Cosplay. Wicked Milk says, W brother. Yeah, Wicked Milk. My brother just left, though. I'll tell him right now when he comes back in. Ghost Rider says, tell your brother I said I always come back. Hell yeah, bro. My brother, I think he want to go smoke, or I think he went outside to smoke or something. He'll be back though. Larry Dickman says Ace of Spades. Yeah, Ace of Spades. Dancing with the devil. It's all the same to me. Down. Yep. Oh, that's good music, bro. Oh, that's good music. Wicked Milk says, bro, you got me so much into the subtle point and urethra lately, bro. Yo, I'm a dog. Oh, what? You been listening to urethra? Yeah, bro. I'm gonna start playing with my band soon again. I'm just looking for a new bass player. But mainly, I'm just worried more about writing new songs right now. I'm writing new songs for my new album. Coming out hopefully next year, maybe next fall. What's the question again? About urethra? Yeah, subtle point's good. I use some of Subtle Poet's music, and because he has more party sounding music than I do. Like mine is more grunge, metal, rocks, punk stuff. You know, he's more like on that new wave, more happy vibe. You know, so I use some of his music in my movies. You know, or my credits. Yeah, Subtle Poet's good too, bro. Subtle Poet's I think is also looking for a new bass player. It's crazy that my brother is my other brother Ralph, my first youngest brother. He's actually my drummer, and he's Subtle Poet's drummer. So we share that food. Yeah, bro. Yeah, good music, bro. Keep listening. Hey, Wicked Milk, follow us on Spotify, bro. Wicked Milk, check out Urethra on Spotify as well. Wicked Milk says, Springtrap in DB was wild. Oh, Dead by Daylight. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot what DBD was. I thought it was something with Dragon Ball Z, bro. Yeah, it's Dead by Daylight. I haven't played Dead by Daylight in a long time. I think we had it probably like 5 years ago on the PS5 or PS. Yeah, like 4 years ago, 2021 or something, on the PS5. But yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I'm a dog, bro. Yeah, that's one of the last. think that's one of the last songs I released for my compilation album. Yeah, I'm a dog. It's a good song, bro. I love dogs so much that I am also a dog myself too, though. I am a dog. We men are dogs. That's why I wrote the song too. But also because I love my dogs. Larry says, absolutely. I'm a huge horror fan. I collect too since the 80s. Yeah, me too, bro. I've been collecting since the 90s, bro. I started this whole collecting stuff, damn, bro, because I used to have neighbors that collected masks too. You know, they were older. They were older cats. They were like in their, I don't know, they were probably like 14, 15, 16 in the 90s. You know, I was like 8, 7, 6, you know. And then some of my cousins, they were around the same age as them, 16, 17, 18, 19, you know. So they were teenagers. And my cousins, they were all girls too. And they collected too, bro. That's crazy. A lot of people think that women just barely got into the collecting space. Nah, dude. Chicks have been collecting too as well. Just people that didn't grow up in those times, that weren't around, didn't see that, you know. So to them it's like, what? There's nerd girls too, dude. There's been nerd girls. Yeah, my cousins, they were all girls, bro. They didn't have no brother. I was like their younger brother in a way, you know. And they all collected. They collected horror toys, VHSs, Barbie dolls. They had a whole wall of brand new Barbie dolls, just the vintage ones. Well, obviously back in the day, whole wall of them not open, bro. Bunch of Giga pets, you know, Tamagotchi pets, whatever they're called, Game Boys, you know, like girls have been collecting, bro. Watch old school like 90s TV shows like Clarissa Explains It All. Look at her room, like it shows you there that she has all this stuff, posters. Girls have been collecting. That's been happening. Larry Dickman says subscribe. Awesome, thank you so much, Larry. Yeah, but I started collecting around like probably like, let me see, like maybe like 95-ish, 96-ish. Like I started playing with some of the toys. Yes, when I would get the Star Wars action figures. I did open some of them until like about like 96-ish, 97, when my cousins and my neighbors started telling me that I should like not open some of them, especially the ones that are limited release, limited edition, you know. So that's when I started learning about collecting, and they started showing me their collection, their masks, how they would hang their stuff on their walls on display, you know. My cousins too, you know, they would tell me what toys you could open and what toys you couldn't, you know. So yeah, that's how I learned about collecting, you know. So my first collection, my first collection from the 90s to the early 2000s, I had Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man figures, the freaking, I was spoiled as a kid, bro. I was spoiled. I'm not gonna lie, I was spoiled. The web shooter glove thing. I had the Green Goblin and Spider-Man life size, kind of like Barbie doll, freaking action figures. What is it called? I had what else? We had the Spider-Man video game, the PS3, you know, all that stuff, dude. But then that collection, it ended up getting donated, bro. It ended up getting donated because my cousins, they had gone through something really traumatic when they were really, really, like when they were only like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, you know. So my mom asked me, to be a good person, and she asked me if I would donate my collection to my cousins, you know, since they had a really bad tragedy happen to them. I don't want to say what it is. But yeah, so I ended up giving them my toys, you know. So then I had to restart all over again. It was no problem though with me though, because I ended up getting into skateboarding little soon after getting into middle school. You know, I was already into skateboarding in the late 90s, you know, but I started really getting into it like in around 2002, 2003, because I started hanging out with more skaters, you know. So I kind of forgot about collecting for a bit. I was just buying boards and stuff until about 2006, 2005 is when I started collecting again, especially because that's around the time they started announcing the Rob Zombie Halloween remake around 2005, 2006. And once the Rob Zombie Halloween remake came out, and I saw that Cribs episode, like I said, of Rob Zombie and him showing his pad, him showing his house, and showing all his collectibles, that's when I got my second collection in life. I had my what is it called? My Ruby's Rob Zombie's Halloween mask that I recalled. I repainted it, put hair and everything. I had my what is it? My Scream 4 era Ghostface mask, my Scream 4 era collection. I had all that, bro. My Michael Myers mask, some of the first Michael Myers masks that Tots released. Yeah, but I ended up selling that collection because I was partying and drinking all the time. And I had a girlfriend that used to like to party too all the time. So I ended up selling all that for money and weed, you know. So I lost that collection, but here we are now. Look, this is my recent collection, bro. And I'm not letting this one go anymore. I'm not letting it go, bro. This is the biggest collection I probably had ever. And I'm not letting this collection go, bro. Hell yeah, I'm taking care of this one until I die, bro. Until I move out from my parents' house, I'm gonna take all this shit with me. I'm probably gonna give my niece a few props though from the movie she was in. Probably gonna give her the Halloween 5 mask or the 4 one. Ghost Rider, it says search Red Sex song. It's not that famous. Red Sex song. Let me see. Red Sex song. Sorry about that rant, guy. Wicked Milk says OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre is unmatched for real. Yeah, bro, it's the best one. It feels like it's actually happening. It feels like a snuff film. It feels like a snuff film. It is the best one, bro. It is the best one. The sequel, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, even though it was directed by the same director, it's just like it was too fantasy for me already. It just went into a fantasy realm that the original one wasn't. The original movie felt like it could happen for real, you know? But in the second one, they went into too much fantasy. Like these fools are underground and like there's all these like it almost looked like a Nightmare on Elm Street set, you know? It was too much fantasy in that one, you know? It's because they had a bigger budget, you know, so now they could expand. But I always loved the first one. That one's better. The best scene in the second one was the one where he's trying to chainsaw the chick between the legs. Bro, I remember watching that movie with my dad as a kid. Bro, it changed my life. Changed my life. What did Red Sex song? This guy said Red Sex song. I'm looking at it. What is it? Ghost Rider. I'm looking at it, but I don't think I could play it, bro. I don't want to take the risk, you know? I don't want to take the risk of playing something copyrighted on the channel. You know how these fools be on YouTube? They got super strict. I remember you wouldn't even. I remember back in the like 2006, 2007, people would upload whole albums that they had of artists, you know, and they wouldn't even get copyrighted back then. When did all this copyright shit start? Probably like around, I think maybe like 2011 or something like that, 2009. Larry Dickman says same. It was the best. Wicked Milk says the movie feels so vivid, bro. Yeah, yeah. It feels real. It feels like it's actually happening. The characters feel like real people. They didn't even feel like actors. That's one of the rarest movies that doesn't even feel like actors. Those are one of those rare movies. Also, Cannibal Holocaust. I haven't seen that one in a while. I remember watching it in the late 90s, though, when you were able to rent it at the VH stores down the street. Yeah, but yeah, dude, yeah. That and Hannibal Holocaust, it feels like it's actually happening. Larry Dickman says, awesome, dude, keeping Jason alive. Yeah, bro, yeah. Hell yeah, I gotta keep Jason alive. I love Jason, and I love the 2009 reboot. I just love Jason's look. It was so simplistic, but yet cool as hell. He looked so grunge. He looked grunge. He had ripped pants on the knees, on the sides. He had a flannel under his jacket, another jacket under, a dirty white dick. He was so grunge. He had that cool sack head. He looked like a cartel member. Hell yeah. Larry Dickman says Kane Hodder was supposed to be here in North Carolina, but backed out last minute. Bummer. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah. You gotta respect, though, bro. You gotta respect. You know why? Because he's a human, too. Yeah, Kane, he's all famous and stuff, you know. He's a character actor. He plays Jason. But, yeah, you gotta remember, he's a person, too, fool. Like when I used to play shows in a band, sometimes when you're excited, you know, you're excited when you're like, yeah, I'm down. I'm down to go perform, you know. But then once it gets closer to it, you're kind of like, sometimes you're like, your energy kind of like not there anymore, you know? You kind of don't feel like doing that, you know? Sometimes humans like kind of get lazy, bro, you know? Or especially him, I'm pretty sure he's a family man, you know? So he's got that going on too. But yeah, bro, it's understandable, bro, you know? He's badass though. I love Kane Hodder too as well. I love all the actors that played Jason. The one who played him in the first 3 movies, what is it? Part 3, Part 4. That fool, I forgot his name too, but that fool was badass too. Cosplayzano said, I gotta go soon, Frank. Take care, bro. Hope the goes well this Saturday. Yeah, bro. Take care. You too, man. Take care, Cosplay. Take care. Glad to see you here again, bro. Awesome, bro. Take care. Larry Dickman says that's awesome, dude. Thanks for sharing your story. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. This is like This is my collection now, bro. I'm not letting go of this collection at all, man. At all, bro. That's why I'm glad I don't have any addictions anymore. That's why I stopped drinking and like smoking stuff, and so much because I would waste a lot of money on that stuff. And once I stopped doing that a lot, I just would notice bills like in my pockets that I didn't even know I had, like 40s, 50s out of nowhere. I would just be ordering masks. Yeah, you save a lot of money when you stop doing like drugs and partying and stuff. I go to parties still, don't get me wrong, but I'm just there sober, just vibing or dancing, and I just look for other sober people to chill it with. I don't really like chilling with people that drink unless they're my friends, because like people who drink kind of like very sensitive. People who do drugs in general are very like sensitive, and they can't take a joke. So you don't want to be telling them insiders that they don't know about. So yeah, dude, that's why I'm gonna take care of this collection because I don't want to let it go, man. Do not want to let it go, bro. I got more up in my closet. Like I say, sometime I'll get sometime I'll do a whole video of all my props here in the room, a room tour video. Wicked Milk says, hell yeah, bro, never let go. Hell yeah, like Rose and Titanic, bro, but I'm not letting go of my collection. Ghost Rider says, bro, is ultra slow. Who, me? I'm ultra slow? You're calling me slow, bro? Wicked Milk says, like Chucky says in Child's Play, don't let go. Yep. IQ Wolf says, you have a cool room. Thank you so much, IQ Wolf. Thank you so much. If you're new here to the channel, please like and subscribe, IQ Wolf. If you're a fan of horror, please like and subscribe as well, IQ Wolf. Thank you so much for being here, IQ Wolf. Hell yeah. Welcome to Hollywood Horror Film Club, Horror Talk Wednesdays, episode 34. Thank you for joining us, IQ Wolf. And thank you, man. I love my room too as well. I love it, bro. I love it. I got everything that I need here. Got everything that I need here to make movies, props, masks, costumes. I just got to get a new Ghostface poster because my dogs ripped the bottom. Move. Look at that. Move, dude. Get out of the frame. Look, get out of here. They tore the crap out of the bottom. Look, you see that? I got to get a new Ghostface poster. But everything else is great, though. Everything else is great. Everything else is great. We got more Jason masks over there as well. We got Chucky in the corner. We got Ghostface in the back right there. We got Skull Man. Larry Dickman says, I'm glad my wife and I kept our stuff. Our house is like a horror museum. I got stuff from the 50s sci-fi movies, EC Comics, Ben Cooper Comics. I should start a channel just to share the collection. I mean, yeah, bro. It would be in your best interest to actually, because if you do have a big collection, you'll get a lot of views. Trust me. You got to have a pretty decent collection for people to be drawn like that to your channel. Yeah, when I first started YouTube, I wasn't even planning on like showing my face and stuff like that. I was just gonna make fan films, But then I realized, damn, it takes a few months, sometimes to, finish a fan film and stuff. So I realized that, you know what, dude, might as well just do live streams, show my face, do mask reviews, do movie reviews, just do it all, And you know what? Here we are now. I got a bigger following now that I actually, do live streams and show my face on the channel. But originally I wasn't gonna do all that. I was just gonna this was just gonna be a fan film channel, so I was just gonna upload fan films when they were done. I wasn't gonna be doing lives or reviews and stuff. But you know what, I'm glad I do, bro, because I like talking about all this stuff, and I have like 30 years worth of knowledge in my brain. So it worked out for me, bro. I'm pretty sure it'll work out for you too, Larry Dickman. Especially since you say you have stuff from the 50s, bro. Imagine all the knowledge you have accumulated in your head that you could just talk about for hours. Trust me, bro. You'll do good on YouTube, bro. Trust me, Larry. You'll do good, bro. I hope to see you upload something. Wicked Milk says, bro, you should 100%. Right? He should. Ghost Rider says, go to Raccoon City or Silent Hill. Hey, I like Raccoon City more, though. Silent Hill's scary, bro. Low-key, I'm less scared of Raccoon City because it's bigger. More places to hide. Silent Hill's small. It's like a little cabin. And it's just a little area. Have you played the game? Pretty sure you played the game. Larry Dickman says Richard Brooker played Jason in part 3. Yes, Richard Brooker. Yes, he was a pretty young Jason, bro. He was pretty young Jason. I seen pictures of him. He was a young man. He was like, what, in his 30s? He was like my age, bro. Yeah, he was a tall dude too. Richard Brooker. Rest in peace, though. He died. He always used to smoke his cigars during breaks, bro. When they would be on break. Or when they would be just chilling, setting up the next shot. When you're setting up the next shot, trying to figure out, obviously the Jason actor's gonna take off the mask, you know, to get some air. It's freaking hot under that hood and shit. So yeah, you would see Richard Broker with this freaking stogie in his mouth, huh? Just smoking, talking to the director like Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the day. Yeah, bro, that fool was cool, Richard Broker. That fool was a badass Jason, bro. I liked it because he was like the human Jason before he became the whole zombie mummified Jason that we got later on in the movies. That's why I love the 2009 reboot because they made Jason a man again, and it works really well. It works really well making a Jason a normal human in the first few movies. It's cool, you know, like the first three, it's cool for him to be human, but by the third one at the end, yeah, kill him. Yeah, that's good. Kill him and then make him a zombie. But I think it's cool that Jason is actually a regular human in the first two movies actually. Well, three movies because in the original one, because of part two, now the canon in the original one is that he was in the woods wandering around until he grew up, you know, and his mom was the one doing all the killings, you know. So in the first three, it's cool that he was human, you know. I don't mind them doing that to Jason, zombifying him, but I don't think that works with Michael Myers though. I don't think that works with Michael. Ghost Rider says, I literally unlocked Ultra Instinct. How, bro? Go to Raccoon City. What is Ultra Instinct? Ghost Rider, let me know, please, bro. Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider says, I'm the youngest person here. Yes, today you are. Today you are the youngest person, bro. Larry Dickman says, yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, man, for the inspiration, man. Larry Dickman says, he received the mask in part 3, 2, and 3D. Awesome. Yeah, Richard Broker was a badass, bro. He was a badass. I liked how his Jason was kind of hunched. Like, and he kind of like ran weird, you know? And he kind of stood funny, you know? He really gave Jason that like the foreign hillbilly kind of like discombobulated body type, you know? Like Jason he looked like a real hillbilly in the first one. I mean in the part 3. The whole head shaved and like the whole fat neck and like the hunchback. Yeah, he looked like a hillbilly. Ghost Rider retracted his message. Oh, come on, Ghost Rider. All right, guys, we got 3 more minutes left on the live. We got 3 more minutes and the live will be over. I'm cutting the live at 7. So if you guys got any last questions, ask them now because I will not be going live until Horror Sundays this Sunday. All right, guys? I will not be going live until Horror Sundays this Sunday. Everyone say hello to Zuko. This is Prince Zuko from Avatar, The Last Airbender. This is Prince Zuko, Prince of the Fire Nation. Yeah, but yeah, guys. Ghost Rider says, say to your brother I said hi. I am... Chill, dude, I can't read. Watch out. Ghost Rider says, say to your brother I said I am the storm that is approaching. Yeah, that sounds cool. When he comes back, bro, I think he went outside to have like smoke or something. I'll tell him when he comes back. Larry Dickman says, looking forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Cool dog too. Yeah, you too, Larry. You too, bro. You too. Catch us on Horror Sundays. You'll see some other people there. There's some people that prefer Horror Sundays and some people that prefer this day. Jose Gomez says, Frank, thank you. You make a difference in my life. Thank you so much, bro. You make a difference in mine too. Hell yeah. For joining here, bro. For joining me here. My bad, guys. Had a tongue twister. But yeah, you make a difference too here, Jose Gomez. You too. You're a part of this community. You also make a difference, bro. Because you guys also entertain me, you know, like I entertain you. It goes back and forth, you know. Wicked Milk says, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean, he looks like a mini version of that dog with the keys. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, the dog, yeah. The one from Caribbean was just a little more dirty, though, you know, because they live on a freaking dirty pirate ship with literally bums. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Bro. Yeah. Hey, Wicked Milk, wouldn't you ever want to see a Pirates of the Caribbean movie that's a little more dark though, like a kind of a horror movie? I would love to see a horror version of Pirates of the Caribbean. I was gonna say Pirates of the Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean or Caribbean or whatever it's called. But I would love to see a horror version of that. Wicked Milk says, Frank, yo Frank, every time with you is a good time, homie. Take care. Yeah. Hey, Wicked Milk. So if you want to send me that robe, are you on Instagram, bro? Wicked Milk, let me know before I log off. Are you on Instagram? Ghost Rider Reddit says Springtrap from Dead by Daylight versus Art the Clown Terrifier 3. I'm gonna go with Art the Clown Terrifier 3 because he's demonic and possessed. He can't die unless they go to hell and somehow do it. Wicked Milk says horror POTC would be dope. Apple Ricky says, hey dude, I'm back in acting. That's good, Apple Ricky. That's good. You get back there. You get back there and keep acting. You get back there and keep acting. Don't be wasting time here with us. Now, it's good to see you, Apple Ricky. It's good to see you again, too. It's good to see you again, too. I'm glad you're back in acting. You better get back to the stage. Don't be wasting here time with us stoners here. Talking about movies. Wicked Milk says, yeah, bro, I'm that Meru dude. All right, for sure, bro, for sure. Yeah, so hit me up, Wicked Milk, so we could talk about that row, bro. I would really love to use it in a Scream fan film. So please, Wicked Milk, hit me up on Instagram, bro, so we could talk about that row. Ghost Rider Reddit says Springtrap slams. I want to go with Art, bro. Art slams too. Apple Ricky says, I did 2 hours. I'm already done. Awesome, Apple. Awesome. That's awesome, Apple. Yeah, but unfortunately, Apple, the live is over already. The live is over. The live is over. But I will be going live on Sunday. So I'm assuming you don't have acting class on Sunday, do you? Apple Ricky, do you have acting class on Sundays? And Wicked Milk, Art disintegrates. Man, is that what the other character would do to Art? Apple Ricky says, it's cool, it's just popping in. Awesome. Wicked Milk says, Springtrap solos, not gonna lie. Apple Ricky says, no, only on Wednesdays. All right, cool. All right, so I'll see you guys Sunday, all right? Thank you so much, Hollywood Horror Film Club, Ghostface, and Michael Myers Collectors, for joining me here on another live stream on the channel, here on Hollywood Horror Film Club Horror Talk Wednesdays, episode 34. Like I always say, please like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out a lot in the algorithm. Smash the bell notification to be notified when I go live or upload new videos here on the channel. Hit the comments below. Share these videos with everyone you know. These videos and live streams and fan films, you know. Also follow us on Instagram for more horror content. And if y'all would like to leave a donation to the channel, because you know sometimes we need money for fake blood and stuff for the fan films, Cash App link down below. If not, if you can't do that, just keep smashing the thumbs up. If you can't do that, just keep smashing the thumbs up. All right, guys? Take care, y'all. See y'all Sunday.